Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I will talk about what divination is and some of the kinds of divination. Divination is the practice of seeking knowledge of the future or unknown by supernatural means. From the earliest stages of civilization, people have used divination to speak with the supernatural when seeking help with their public or private lives. Divination is one of the primary practices used by shamans, seers, priests, medicine men, sorcerers, and witches. Practice of divination is widespread and has been known in virtually every historical period. The biblical prophets used various forms of divination. Medieval kings and modern presidents have consulted astrologers. Both oracles and seers in ancient Greece practiced divination. Oracles were conduits for the gods on earth. Their prophecies were understood to be the will of the gods. Seers were not in direct contact with the gods. Instead, they were interpreters of the signs provided by the gods. Seers used many methods to explicate the will of the gods, using haruspices and bird signs. In ancient Roman religion, haruspicy is the inspection of the entrails of sacrificed animals, especially the livers of sheep and poultry. The reading of omens specifically from the liver is known to the gods as hepatoscopy. The ancient Roman practice of interpreting omens from the observed behaviors of birds is known as augury. I just like this picture, so hope you do too. Geomancy is a method of divination that interprets markings on the ground or the patterns formed by tossed handfuls of dirt or rocks. Geomancy was practiced by people from all social classes. It was one of the most popular forms of divination throughout Africa and Europe. In Renaissance magic, geomancy was classified as one of the 7 forbidden arts, along with necromancy, pyromancy, hydromancy, eromancy, spectromancy, and palmistry. Palmistry is the pseudoscience practice of fortune-telling through the study of the palm. There are many, often conflicting interpretations of various lines and palmar features across various teachings of palmistry. Simply put, palmistry is the art of analyzing the physical features of the hands to interpret personality, characteristics, and predict future happenings. The non-dominant hand reveals natural personalities, while the dominant hand shows how these traits have been actualized in practice. Together, they reveal how a person is utilizing their potential in this lifetime. Astrology is a range of divination practices recognized as a pseudoscientific practice since the 18th century that claims to discern information about human affairs and terrestrial events by studying the apparent positions of celestial objects. Different cultures have employed forms of astrology since at least the 2nd millennia BCE. Contemporary Western astrology is often associated with systems of horoscopes that purport to explain aspects of a person's personality and predict significant events in their lives based on the position of celestial objects. The word astrology comes from the early Latin word astrologia. Fortune-telling is the practice of predicting information about a person's life. The scope of fortune-telling is identical with the practice of divination. Contemporary Western images of fortune-telling grow out of folklorist reception of Renaissance magic. Common methods used for fortune-telling in Europe and the Americas include astromancy, Horae astrology, pendulum reading, tasiography, cartomancy, and crystallomancy. There are interesting other forms of fortune-telling, such as aeromancy, which is interpreting atmospheric conditions, electromancy by observation of a rooster pecking at grains, auramancy by someone's aura or feelings, and naeviology by moles, scars, or other bodily marks. Chim, also known as lottery poetry, is a fortune-telling practice in which the person asking the questions requests the answers from a sacred oracle lot. The practice is often performed in a Taoist or Buddhist temple in front of an altar. Kaochim sticks are flat sticks generally made of bamboo, which are stored in a bamboo chim bucket. They resemble wide, flat incense sticks. They are generally painted red at one end. A single number, both in Arabic numerals and Chinese characters, are inscribed on each stick having a different number. There are usually 100 sticks in a cup. The question asker kneels in prayer, holding the cup between their palms and asking their question to the deity. Then they shake the cup until a single stick leaves the cup. In most cases, if multiple sticks leave the cup, they put them back in and shake the cup again. Each stick corresponds to an answer. Answers can be interpreted by a temple priest or self-interpreted using a book of Chinese poetic phrases and stories. Xiaobei are wooden divination tools originating from China. They are used in pairs and thrown to seek divine guidance in the form of a yes or no question. They are made out of wood or bamboo and are carved so that one side is flat and the other is round. Xiaobei can be used separately to receive a straightforward answer, or they can be accompanied by Kao Chim sticks to clarify an oracle. Kumen Dongjia is an ancient form of divination from China. It's based on astronomical observations and consists of various aspects of Chinese metaphysics, including the doctrines of yin and yang, 5 elements, the 8 trigrams, the 10 heavenly stems, and the 12 earthly branches. The Kwemen Dunjia cosmic board consists of a 3x3 magic square of 9 palaces, which includes a heaven and earth plate, a spirit plate, 8 gates plate, and a star plate. The various symbols rotate around the places with each double hour of the day, making a total of 1080 different configurations. The Kwemen Dunjia is time sensitive. The analyst makes reference to the configuration of the cosmic board at the time the question was asked. The task of the analyst is to interpret and analyze the meanings of the symbols in relation to the question asked. The Xiaobing Song is a poem written by Liu Bowen during the Ming Dynasty. The poem is written in a cryptic form and is difficult to understand. Some believe certain lines contain things that were going to happen in the future. Some researchers claim that the Xiaobing Song is quite spiritual and is representative of the Chinese prophecy culture. Tui Bei Tu is a Chinese prophecy book from the 7th century Tang Dynasty, written by Lu Chengfen and Yan Tiangang. This book is known for predicting the future of China. The book is supposed to contain clues to China's future conveyed through a series of 60 surreal drawings, each accompanied by an equally obscure poem. Each poem is a prophecy which describes a historical Chinese event that will occur in order. Waniromancy is a form of divination based upon dreams and also uses dreams to predict the future. Wanira plants may be used to produce or enhance dreamlike states of consciousness. Occasionally, the dreamer feels as if they are transported to another time or place. Waniromancy occurs throughout the Bible as omens or messages from God. Waniro-critic literature is the traditional format of dream interpretation. The ancient sources of this are Cometian, Akkadian, and Hellenic, while the medieval sources are Hindu, Persian, Arabic, and European. There is evidence that in addition to a writing system, runes were used as a form of divination in magic. They come in a set of 24 ancient alphabetical symbols. Each rune has a different meaning, with some having reversed meanings, just like tarot. The art of scrying has been used for centuries by psychics, witches, and others in the spiritual community. Scrying is an ancient divination technique where the scryer gazes into a reflection of an object to receive symbols, guidance, or images from the spirit realm. Mirror scrying is done by relaxing your eyes and gazing at your reflection. Symbols and visions will begin to emerge when your eyes soften. Scrying with a crystal ball is the most well-known type of scrying, using a polished or natural crystal shaped into a sphere to gaze into your reflection and interpret images. Fire scrying, or pyromancy, is peering into a flame to see what images appear. Eye scrying is also called soul gazing. This is the only method that requires another person to be involved. Eye scrying consists of peering into another's eyes for messages and images. Also, if y'all didn't know, using a Ouija board is considered divination. Tarot cards are small paper cards that come in a deck. The earliest references to tarot all date back to the 1440s and 1450s, and the fall within the quadrilateral defined by northern cities of Venice, Milan, Florence, and Urbino. In both Italy and France, the original purpose of tarot was a parlor game. By the late 18th century, people began assigning the cards meanings and says to use them for divination. Tarot cards are probably the most commonly used divination tool in the world. Tarot cards rely on intuition to shuffle and pick the cards and to understand how they apply to the person you are using them for. The final type of divination I will talk about in this video is molybdendomancy. This is a form of divination using molten metal. Lead shapes are melted in a ladle over a flame and then poured into water. The resulting shape is then interpreted for a message. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments below what your favorite type of divination to use or to have used on you is, and I will see y'all next time.